Las Vegas Raiders. Not the greatest team, if we're being honest. But today, what we're going to do, we're going to keep adding Hall of Famers to the Las Vegas Raiders until they win a dang Super Bowl. Okay? And this might be a very, very long video. Because now that I think about it, the Las Vegas Raiders, man, are currently 2-5. So they're not sitting at the sexiest spot ever. But we'll see. Maybe this will be a very short video and I can upload it right away and not have a problem. Alright, so 2-5, by the way, it's not season over, but it's definitely not a good direction you want to be, 2-5. So we're going to see where we're sitting at the end of this year to see like what they need to work on, and that's going to kind of dictate where we're going to go Hall of Fame wise. The Raiders have a lot of Hall of Famers, so we have plenty of players to go through. That's why I started with this team. Now, if you want to see me do this with a different team, tell me down below. The only team I think that would be really difficult to do this with would be the New York Jets, because not only are they like 0-7, they also have, like, other than Joe Namath, what Hall of Famer is a Jet? I feel like there are Darrelle Revis, but other than that, I feel like there's other Hall of Famers, but I don't know that many of them. So I'm going off the HallOfFame.com website, so we'll see. But George Blanda, though, takes the Raiders to 7-10. That's actually a pretty good start. Okay, that's a pretty good start to this video. I was not expecting a 40-year-old George Blanda to take the Raiders that far that quickly. Like, I was expecting this to be a very, very long process. But going from 7-10 to potentially a playoff team to then trying to go to a Super Bowl might be a problem. We're the 25th ranked offense, 30th ranked defense. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Where were we rushing wise? At least a decent rushing team? Okay, we weren't the worst rushing team. The reason why I asked that is because I was thinking about adding Bo Jackson, but I don't think we're going to have to add Bo Jackson yet. We might get to a point where we add Bo Jackson, but that's going to come down to us having to add 1,000 other players. How many times was George Blanda sacked? 32 times. Okay, so that's actually not, like, atrociously bad. Like, looking at this, I mean, wow, actually, hold up. Okay, so George Blanda was, like, one of the bottom of the list for the least sacked quarterbacks who are starters. So, that's actually a really good thing. Okay, so, we're probably not going offensive lineman. Not yet. I kind of want to go defense. I think defense is probably going to be the best bet here. But I'll be right back, and we'll see the next player on the list. All right, so we added to the defense. We added Charles Woodson. Not bad. So this should help out the secondary a bit. I probably will go free safety next. I was deciding whether to put him at safety or at corner, because Woodson actually played for safety and corner for the Raiders. But I think I'm going with corner here. Also, all the Hall of Famers I'm adding are all 40 years old, because that's the max you can make age in Madden. I was going to go 60 and, do the thing I normally do, but I decided not to. So, we're just going to add 40-year-olds for all the Hall of Famers to make it more realistic to where they are nowadays. Obviously, some of these Hall of Famers are dead, but anyway, we're 5-6, so this is actually pretty good so far. We're 6-6. We are almost a playoff team. Okay, well, we lost that game. Okay. 6-7. We lost to the Eagles, 6-8. Okay. We're looking better than last, Tim, okay? And we should, because now we have Charles Woodson. Although we just lost like 5 in a row, and now we're 6-10. Are you kidding me? Bro, we beat the Chiefs again. Okay, so we went 7-10. I jinxed it. I said we were looking better, and we looked worse. So we actually looked exactly the same. So in the end, oh man, we don't really have a number one receiver. I will be honest with that. Charles Woodson led the team in interceptions. Shout out to him for that. But we don't really have a number one receiver, I feel like. We might have to go Tim Brown. 16th ranked defense. Okay, so we went up drastically on defense. Offensively, we're kind of still where we're at right now. We actually got worse in the run game. So we're going to probably add Tim Brown, and that's probably going to be my next addition to this team. Well, it's time to add to the receiving core. The 40-year-old wide receiver rookie, Tim Brown. We're going to just see if this works, man. We're going to keep going, guys. All right, so again, you already know the drill. We're 2-5. Oh, man. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I'm thinking about it. I mean, we're 7-10 twice. Like, I feel like we're not there, but, like, we're getting there, right? We're getting there. We're stacking some wins up. Okay, back-to-back wins. See, we're going to be a playoff team before you know. Okay, we actually won 3 in a row. This, like, 3-0 stretch after our bye week, I really like. Okay, we won 4-0. Okay, now we play the Chargers. We lost to the Chargers. Okay, now we play the Broncos. And we beat the Broncos. Nice. Okay, now we play the Eagles. This is where it's going to get tough. Is apparently not. We just destroyed the Eagles. Okay, 24-0. We beat the Texans. We're going to be a playoff team. We got to win one more game. Bro. Really? The 11-5 Chiefs? We keep winning this game, and then we win it again. All right, so we are a playoff team. Perfect. All right, and I just want to show you this. I always have to show this just in case. Up to week 8, where we're at right now, all this was forced advance for obvious reasons to make the schedule, the real schedule. After that, though, you can see none. All of this is none. So nothing is being predetermined outside of up to week 8 for the actual schedule to be legit. Blanda, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Ashton Genty put up 930 yards and 13 touchdowns. Tim Brown put up 549 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, ironically enough, he didn't really put up crazy numbers. And then our best Hall of Famer so far has definitely been, not Jermaine Pratt, but Charles Woodson. 5 interceptions. Oh, baby. 30th ranked offense. 17th ranked defense. We added so much to the offense so far. Well, I guess the quarterback and the wide receiver. We're still at the same spot there. All right, Patriots wildcard weekend. Let's see. And we won 16-10. All right, I'll take that. Now we play the Steelers, who are the number 1 seed. Okay. And we beat the Steelers. Let's go. All right, we literally have to go through the 5th seed to get to the Super Bowl. Come on. Hall of Famer. Raiders Hall of Famers. We won. We won again. We're okay. Bro, it is 1 game left. And it's the number 1 seed in the NFC versus the 6th seed in the AFC. We're going into this game. We're going into this game, boys. All right, come on. Oh, I'm nervous. I am nervous. And it's raining. Okay. Didn't know Super Bowl rains. That's interesting. Okay. Here we go. Up 3-0. 3-3. 10-3. 17-3. 17-6. Okay. Ooh, okay. So 24-17. And we lost. All right. Lost 24-14. It's annoying. Frustrating. And Tim Brown had himself a fantastic game. Well, we're going to have to add another Hall of Famer. 1 second. What if we add Marcus Allen to the Las Vegas Raiders? Well, we're going to do it. Now we got Tim Brown. Now we got Marcus Allen. And also I realize I'm making all these guys 40 years old, like I said earlier. So now, because of that, we have like 74. I'm exaggerating. We have right now, what? 1, 2, 3, 4 starting 40-year-old players. That's always fun. All right. So last sim, we got to the playoffs. We got to the Super Bowl. We lost the Super Bowl to the Niners. It is what it is. Now we have a running back to replace Ashton Genty, who might put up over 1,000 yards. And hopefully we can get the offense rocking and rolling like that. Maybe then something can happen. If not, we're going to have to start going for like, what's his name? Gene Upshaw, like the offensive lineman. We're going to start working on this offensive line because maybe that will fix it. I don't know. This team is actually frustrating me, but honestly, we're seeing more progress than we might see from like a team like the Saints or the Jets. So at least that's a good thing. Also, did not look up in between clips how many Hall of Famers the Jets have. I still don't think it's that many. All right, 9-7, and now we got to play the Chiefs. Dude, we keep beating the Chiefs every single sim, and it's kind of funny in that Week 18 game. We always beat the Chiefs. Now, don't get me wrong. We have the team now that should easily beat the Chiefs, but still, got 4 Hall of Famers on the squad. Chiefs also have, like, a couple Hall of Famers as well. But anyway, the USC product, 998 yards and 11 touchdowns. Tim Brown still can't hit 1,000 yards, but who can do something. Whoa, Charles Woodson, only 1 interception? Kind of disappointing, actually. 24th ranked offense. Defensively, we were 17th. It might be a line upgrade time. Might be one of our issues here. We were 5th in rushing, which is good. But we're not really getting there in the passing game. We are currently ranked the 3rd worst in passing. So our problem is really the quarterback position, but he's not getting sacked that much. So maybe add another receiver? I might add another receiver unless we win the Super Bowl here for obvious reasons. Then we would be good. But we beat the Chiefs again. Bro, we'd be taking care of the Chiefs, okay? We'd be taking care of the Chiefs in this video. All right, now we play the Colts, who are like the number 5 seed, I believe. And we beat the Colts. How are we... Okay, first up. English is my first language. That's the craziest thing. How do we keep winning is my question. And now we play against the Ravens, who are 8-9. Okay. Did we win or lose? It didn't tell me. I think we lost. I think we lost to the 8-9 Ravens. We lost to the 8-9 Ravens by 4 points. The Ravens made the playoffs at 8-9, and we lost to them in the AFC Championship game. I am beyond frustrated by that. All right. Time to add somebody else. Randy Moss. Yeah, he was a Raider. Okay? He was a Raider. So he's counting. Anyway, we now have Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, George Blanda, and Randy Moss on the same offense. Listen, we're probably going to work on offensive line next because that might be our next biggest issue. Or it's the fact that this defensive line looks like a cesspool had it. And yeah. All right, let's keep going, man. Let's rock and roll. Jags game. At this point, I'm expecting to make the playoffs every single year of this franchise. Okay, 2-5. It's not the most ridiculous. And also, we keep making the playoffs, and I keep adding Hall of Famers, and we keep getting better. So, how could they not make the playoffs is the question. Anyway, Chargers game. That's going to be a win. 49-14. That's the type of win I want to see when it comes to adding all these players to the roster. I want to see those type of wins. Man, I can't believe we got so close to winning a Super Bowl so early in this video. And right now, we're on the cusp of not making the playoffs. We got to win this game to make the playoffs. And even then, we're not guaranteed. We made the playoffs with a 9-8 record. We finished with the 7th seed. Holy moly. We were the 14th ranked offense. Thank you. Defensively, we were the 21st. Okay. So, Allen, 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns. For some reason, man, Randy Moss, only 411 yards. I'm not sure how this is even going on. I should change my playbook, and it probably would fix a lot. But we're not doing that. We're going to keep the playbook that, it was here to begin with, okay? First round of the playoffs, we play the Steelers. All right, let's see what happens. We win the game. Let's go. 24-16. All right, now we play the Patriots, who are the number 1 seed. And we won. Again. Okay. Now we play the Buffalo Bills. Take care of business. And we lost. Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns. Okay. I hate the Raiders. I actually hate the Raiders. All right. Where was our biggest issue? At some point, I'm going to have to realize our biggest issue is our quarterback. With a 2nd in rushing yards. Passing yards, we are still 4th worst with 2 superstar receivers. Okay. It's not good. Obviously, we're the best rushing team in the NFL. Which you would think that would somewhat, help us out a bit. I'm trying to do this without, clearly I'm trying to do this without coming away with revamping the whole defensive line, but I'll be right back. All right, so I made Gene Upshaw a right guard because Alex Cappa sucks. So we added Gene Upshaw to the offensive line. We're probably going to have to worry about that right tackle eventually. If we don't go win a Super Bowl now, that right tackle might be a problem. Now, with me making all these players 40 years old, the fun factor is after this year, they're all going to retire anyway. So, in theory, if this was real life, obviously it's not. But if it was, they would all just retire after this year. And Raiders would go right back to where, they are now. So, in a way, this is like going all in to try to win the Super Bowl when you're 2-5. Because, that's the best thing to do, is go 2-5 and then try to go all in. Isn't that what the greatest dynasties in the NFL history has done? All right, so far we're winning a lot of games. We're actually 9-5 right now, which is actually pretty good. I think we won every game so far. Apparently adding offensive linemen does really good things. Yeah. We went 2-5, and we lost to the Chiefs. We lost the last game of the year to the Chiefs, which knocks us out of being first place and getting the first round bye. Whatever. 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 939 yards on the ground. Randy Moss, 511 yards. Tim Brown. How is Jacoby Myers so good, bro? He's so good for, no reason. All right, so we got better offensively, but kind of not really. We still have 35 sacks. We got sacked 35 times. It might be that right tackle position. I say it might be, but we all know it is. So we went from 4th in passing to 3rd. Still top 5 in rushing. That's good. Still the most rushing touchdowns, which is good. Where's our defense sucking so bad? Because we went from 14th offense to 17th offense. Passing defense, we are... Where are we at? Hold up. Hold up. We're middle of the pack in passing defense. Run defense, we are kind of middle of the pack too. Okay. So we're kind of a middle pack defense, which I feel like we could definitely win a Super Bowl with a middle pack, like, defensively, like, the stat-wise. Because we're the 12th ranked defense. Where do we go from here is the question, but let's see what we do here. Maybe we go win a Super Bowl. Maybe something crazy happens. We lose 30-7 to the Broncos because that apparently is life. I feel like the most logical take next is to go with right tackle. I feel like right tackle is the move. Because I don't think Grant's going to be the guy, and I think right tackle is going to at least get an offensive line to a point where I feel comfortable, and we can keep avoiding this defense and the rest of the secondary as much as I can. All right. We added Howie Long. I was going to add a right tackle, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm just going defense. At this point, our biggest issue, I feel like, is defense because we have the receivers, okay? We have the running backs. Line does exist. It's not the greatest, but it's there. Let's go. Defense. Worry about a defensive line. Get after the quarterback. We might go D tackles next, but let's just go for it. Also, I'm out of breath because I just ran upstairs after this because I was putting the players in, had to go bathroom, ran back upstairs, and now I'm out of breath. Fat guy. Anyway, 4-6 could be lost to the Broncos. Fantastic. Okay. I was going to say we made a pretty good situation on winning all these games, and now we somehow, some way lose. So, we lose to the Broncos twice. All right. And we lost to the Eagles. We're going to miss the playoffs. We beat the Texans. Okay. Then we lost to the Giants. We lose to the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs and we went 8-9 and missed the playoffs. You got to be kidding me. Ooh. Ooh. That is frustrating. That is frustrating. I really should change the playbook, but we're not going to. But changing the playbook would probably be the smartest move. 25 ranked offense. Defensively, 20th. All right, man. I feel like we came so far just to be right back where we were at the beginning of this video. We're just middle of the pack on defense altogether. All right, well, we missed the playoffs, so that's great. One sec, guys. So Art Shell is not in the Madden database, so we're just going to go with it, and let's see how it works. So we added Art Shell to the offense. Now the line is almost to a point where I can't keep putting fingers at different positions and thinking that it's going to work. But free safety is next. If we don't win a Super Bowl, I'm going free safety, and it's just going to be a thing, okay? Free safety for president. I don't know. All right, man. I'm starting to hate this team. How do we lose to the Broncos over and over and over again? All right. Keep losing to the Broncos. We keep losing to the Broncos. I hate playing the Broncos. I don't know why the Broncos are... Okay, this time we beat them. This time we beat them. All right. Now we play the Eagles. We beat the Eagles. Okay, good. Like in Madden, when you go on a losing streak, you really go on a losing streak. For some reason, always happens. All right. We're 10-6. We're a playoff team now. We played the Chiefs the last week of the season. We beat the Chiefs. We win 11-6. Okay. We lost to the Broncos. It is what it is. Blanda got sacked 29 times. Probably not the sexiest look, but it is what it is. Also, a little fun side note here. The offensive lineman, Art Monk, he didn't go to Maryland. I had to put him as Maryland, but he went to MD Eastern Shore. So that's Maryland Eastern Shore. That's not in Madden. So, little side note. It's not in Madden. Neither is his portrait. Howie Long absolutely killed it. Howie Long took care of business. 26th ranked offense. Of course. We were the 3rd ranked defense. Okay. That's a good thing. At least something positive came out of this. All right, let's see. Wild card weekend versus the 9-8 Colts. And we lost. We went on that random run where we kept winning all these wild card games. And I knew eventually it would come back to bite us. This is when it comes back to bite us. Is now. Now is when it comes back to bite us. I think free safety is next. Honestly, I kind of gave up. I'm at a point now where I've given up on this offense. So I think free safety is next. We're gonna see what free safety can do. I mean, I could go another corner as well. I'll probably go free safety. All right, so we added Rod Woodson to the defense. So now we have Charles Woodson and Rod Woodson on the same defense as Howie Long and Max Crosby. Offensively, here you go. You have this offense. So we're just, I'm just going to send them to the playoffs. Because at this point, man, I'm so frustrated with this team. I always think, okay, this is the one piece that's going to make this a Super Bowl winning team. And we got to the Super Bowl so early in this video that now I'm just frustrated by the whole event. And I'm frustrated by how everything is going, man. But that's beside the point. We went 12-5. We only got sacked 34 times, which no matter what the offensive line is, it seems like that always happens. Marcus Allen put up 1,260 yards. Our receivers are our receivers. 10 sacks for Howie Long. Nice. Charles Woodson had 3 interceptions. Rod Woodson had 2 interceptions. We were the 18th ranked offense. Defensively, we were number 6. Okay. First round of the playoffs versus the Chargers. Wild card round. 9-8 Chargers. And we won. We haven't won in a game, I feel like, in the playoffs in so freaking long. All right. We lost to the Broncos. Oh, I think I'm going crazy. All right. Be back. All right, so here's the fun fact. No Hall of Fame cornerback is in the Madden database. I don't know why. Mike Haynes, Eric Allen, Willie Brown, they're not in the Hall of Fame database for some reason for Madden 26. So Willie Brown does not have a portrait. I don't know why, but yeah, we added to the secondary even more. Listen, I'm so done with this freaking Raiders squad at this point. I don't even know what to say, man. If I change the scheme, we would easily have won a Super Bowl by now. Okay, I understand that. You don't have to comment that. But that's not how this video is going. Okay, we went 10-7. How did we go 10-7? Who did we lose to? We lost to the Browns. And we lost to the Broncos. 21st offense. Defensively, 5th. Okay. Sacked 32 times. Fun times. I mean, 32 times is really not that crazy, but still, like, I thought we could fix that. Also, he's from Grambling State, which I thought was kind of funny, Like, that's not even that crazy of a name of a state, but, like, I mean, at college, but still, thought that was funny. We won. We beat the Ravens. Now we play the Colts. We beat the Colts. Now we play the Bills in the championship. And we lost. We lost to the Bills. Oh, we got killed. We got absolutely killed. All right. Marcus Allen had 194 yards and 2 touchdowns, and we lost by 14 points. It might be the most yards in a playoff game by a running back ever, and we lost. All right. Back to the drawing board. So, I think I figured out my problem. Right? Let's go to our roster, okay? Age, 40 years old. By the way, that's the Warren Sapp portrait photo that's in Madden. I don't know if that's like when he first joined the league or like very early on in the league. I believe it's based off of this picture, I want to say. This is the picture I think this Warren Sapp photo is based off of, right here. I don't know. Maybe that's a completely different player, and for some reason they have that as the Warren Sapp photo. Not sure why, but we're just going to rock and roll, baby, as always. But as I said, yeah, we're making all these Hall of Famers 40 years old, and because of that, we now have, like, so many old players on this roster, and it's not even funny. And if you didn't catch my drift, we added Warren Sapp. So, yeah. Dude, he's a D. What am I doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why? Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. We're making this guy. Oh, I by-accidentally made him I by-accidentally made him a ledge, and that was not part of the goal here. So I'm going to do it like this. Okay. And then we're going to do this. I meant to make him a D tackle, but I made him a ledge instead. And there we go. We're just going to go with that. Go to the playoffs. Next sim, if we don't win, I'll make him a correct position, but whatever. We'll just go to sim. Sim. That's all this video is at this point. I thought this video was going to be like 2 minutes long. I'm adding Hall of Famers to the Las Vegas Raiders. We went 12-5. We got a first round bye. Thank you. 20 sacked 27 times. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Warren Sapp had 14.5 sacks. That probably helps out a lot, I feel like. 19th ranked offense. Okay. We were the 18th ranked defense. How? Colts. Divisional. We lost. I'm in so much pain right now watching this team. Okay. I know how it feels to be a Las Vegas Raiders fan. What else do you want me to give you, Raiders? I gave you my heart and soul. Can we please win a Super Bowl? Raiders. Can we please stop messing around with this whole concept? I added Ronnie Lott to the squad. We now have 2 Hall of Fame safeties, 2 Hall of Fame corners, 2 Hall of Fame linebackers. Max Crosby will be a Hall of Famer in the end. A Hall of Fame D tackle. Like, bro. 2 Hall of Fame linemen, 2 Hall of Fame receivers, a Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame running back. Just win. As Al Davis said, just win, baby, win. Well, so this video is going to be like 60. Actually, honestly, these segments I'm doing here are like 2 minutes each. So this actually won't be like 6 hours video. But still, come on. We went 11-6, and we made the playoffs. That's all that matters. 11-6 and making the playoffs. All right, stats. We got sacked 29 times. Whatever. At this point, I don't even care. Honestly, at this point, all I care about is, winning it and getting to the Super Bowl. And that's all that matters. And also, Ronnie Lott went to USC, which is another USC player on this defense, ironically enough. All right, 5th ranked defense. Offensively, apparently, we're just 16th, so we weren't like horrendously bad, but okay. Play the Jags. We beat the Jags by 3 points. We play the Chargers. We beat the Chargers by 13 points. Play the Steelers. We beat the Steelers. We're in the Super Bowl versus the 49ers again. Bruh. I hate this team. Oh, okay. All right. Now, it's all good. It's all good. I have faith. I have faith. I can finally sleep easy. We're going to win. 7-0. Okay. 14-0. Perfect. We just shut them out. We just shut out the Niners in the Super Bowl. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Yeah. See, that's what a defense does, man. That's what a defense does. Is they shut out their opponent. Marcus Helm was our leading receiver. Look at our receiving yards. That's our receiving yards. 2 sacks on defense, no interceptions, but we shut them out and we won the damn Super Bowl. And that is the best feeling I could say we had in a very long time. Oh, this video took so long to make for no reason. Because I thought this video was going to be short. I mean, bro. So wait, after the Super Bowl, right? So players now retired. How many players are still on this roster? Every Hall of Famer retired except for George Blanda. Every Hall of Famer retired except for George Blanda. You got to be kidding me. George Blanda was like, nah, I'll stay on the team. Every other Hall of Famer retired. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we had 12 Hall of Famers it took to take the 2-5 Raiders to a Super Bowl and win it. Okay. Peace out.